Inscription number 42. This inscription relates to a grant of a village in 4 shares by Maharaja Sarva-natha, that is, 2 shares are for Vishnunandin and 1 share is for the merchant Satyanaga, the son of Swaminaga, and another share is for Kumarnaga and Skandanga. This gift is conferred by a copper plate charter. Khoh copper plate inscription of Sarvanatha. Year 193. 512 AD. Provenance, Khoh, Satna district, northern Madhya Pradesh. Various inscriptions discovered from Satna point out presence of many temple ruins on the plateau and the northern face of the hills. Understand that archeologists had reported temple ruins, which were discovered from this site, to be small single-cell structure with a slab roof with broken pillars, near an unusual soil mound. And that the temple's door was magnificently carved. This discovery suggested that once there was a big temple, Bhumara temple, in this ancient city. The inscriptions discovered from this region also mention the kings, namely Hastin and Sarvanatha. The pillar inscriptions discovered from these sites also describe the boundaries between their kingdoms. Script Brahmi of the northern class. Language Sanskrit. From the facsimile in C.I.3 PL 18, Fleet has given the facsimile of a seal that was attached to the copper plates with a ring. It contains in relief on a countersunk surface, at the top, Garuda, the bird vehicle of Vishnu, with outstretched wings just as on the copper coins of Chandragupta II, and below this in 2 lines. The legend, very much damaged wording I.E. Maharaja Sarvanatha. According to Fleet, the first plate is a palimpsest. On the outer side of it there are traces of 16 lines of writing, containing an inscription of the same Maharaja Sarvanatha, in the same characters as those of the extant inscription. They have been so carefully beaten in that no impression of them is possible, and only detached words can be read here and there. And this inscription seems to have been cancelled because of the omission of a few words. Uchahakalpa may be identified with Uchchera or Unchera in the former Nagoth state. Bhandarkar identified this Vyaghra with Mahakantarka Vyaghra Raja, whom Samudragupta claims to have captured and then released. In his Prayagraj pillar inscription, and with the feudatory of Vaktka Prithvishena mentioned in the Nachna and Ganj inscriptions. Also named is Murunda Swamini in some other copper plates of the same monarch. Murundas have been grouped in the Prayagraj pillar inscription of Samadragupta with the Sakas and Devaputra Shahi Shahanushahi I.E. the Kushanas. English translation of the inscription. Om. Hail! From Uchchakalpa there was the Maharaja Oghadeva. His son, who meditated on his feet, was the Maharaja Kumaradeva, begotten on the Mahadevi Kumaradevi. His son, who meditated on his feet, was the Maharaja Jayaswamam, begotten on the Mahadevi Jayaswamini. His son, who meditated on his feet, was the Maharaja Vyaghra, begotten on the Mahadevi Ramadevi. His son who meditated on his feet was the Maharaja Jayanatha, begotten on the Mahadevi Ajitadevi. His son who meditated on his feet, the Maharaja Sarvanatha, begotten on the Mahadevi Murundadevi, being in good health, commands the householders headed by Brahman and residing in the Asramaka on the north bank of the river Thamasa, and all the worker tenants. Date known to you that this village has been granted by me in 4 shares for as long as the sun and the moon endure, together with the Udranga and the Uprikara. and with the privilege that it is not to be entered by district begar officers and troops except for chastising thieves.